Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.
Production.
7 Mile Radio.
And we are live.
Yes, we are live.
We are live and alive. Everyone that can hear my voice is alive. I'm glad. How about that? Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the SheNanigans show. You know what? I need some fanfare music, like when I do my
Like a sound effect or something to say SheNanigans show.
when I
Something like that.
when I do my intro or whatever. Maybe J Heifer fa la 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 real quick or something. Welcome to the SheNanigans show anyway, you guys, where no topic is too taboo.
No topic.
No topic.
No. Oh.
And
Hey.
and you know, we name drop too.
Absolutely.
We name drop. We like the Wendy show on steroids, I think. No, I would say Dish Nation.
I was going to say, don't ask me how I'm doing. Because I will go off
How
for the
you
next
doing?
hour.
How you doing?
I ain't doing so good.
Oh my God.
And I was forced to come to work today. By my boss. But it's all good. I am very appreciative, first and foremost, to be alive. The month of August has been hell on wheels for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Myself
Included.
I think I am at least 2 degrees of 6 depths and 1 degree or very close to 2 that I had to endure through the month of August. So
Right.
that's where my headspace has been, like appreciating life and being grateful for the things that I have, because death has been surrounding me like a message. You know,
Yeah.
it's been quite cruel. The angel of death has been coming, taking people left and right, and I personally had to bury 2 very dear friends of mine 1 week apart. And their birthdays were this month as well, and it was like her birthday was on the 7th, his birthday was on the 9th. We buried him on the 14th. We buried her on the 19th or something like that, So this month has truly been full of loss. And for those of you out there that can hear my voice, love, peace, healing to all of you who are dealing with your own loss, because I know that our city seems to have some kind of shadow or shade over it, something. So I want you guys to
Isn't it crazy?
stay in the light. Stay in the light. Because, bitches, if I ain't walking in darkness, you have no excuse. Because I got dumped. Because I got dumped.
You need help. Before we get to Lake being dumped, you said? Okay, before we get to that, I'm telling you, this thing is coming around like a message.
Mm-hmm.
I was leaving. We had a back to school little gathering at my church yesterday. Y'all excuse me, my voice is gone. I have been screaming and yeah, crying and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so I'm leaving my church and I go down this street, and I have the mind to turn on to Plymouth. I go on to Plymouth. I go to a gas station. I needed gas. I go into a gas station that I've never been to. For as many times as I've been past it, I've never been to it. And so I go, and as I'm leaving, I take care of all my business. And as I'm leaving, a woman is pulling into the gas station. She kind of weaving a little bit, and she pulls over, and we like our eyes meet for a second. And I done started my car, and then I hear a voice say, check on her. I don't know her. But for me, that was the voice of the Lord. I'm going to follow that. Can't go wrong. I have learned that obedience is better than sacrifice. Okay. So I go to her and I say, "Are you okay?" And she's on the phone and she's like, "No, no." And it's like she's fumbling. She's trying to dial 911. And as I look past her, there's a man slumped over in the seat, in the passenger seat, gasping for air. And I'm like, "No, no, I am not seeing what I'm seeing right now. Lord, after everything I just been through, no, this is not what I'm seeing right now." So I started out, I was like, I'm getting 911. I said, I'm calling 911 to, I run into the gas station. I'm thinking I've seen a green light, so I'm thinking this was a green light gas station.
Right.
It wasn't. The church next door had the green light. I just remember seeing one. But I ran in and told the gas station clerk. So he comes out. He's calling the emergency services as well. Long story short, the EMS person that she has on the phone, the wife has on the phone, has now instructed us to take him out of the vehicle and lay him on the ground and start to perform CPR. I'm like, this not looking good.
Now, did anybody know how to perform CPR?
I do, but everybody don't want. And that was his wife. Everybody don't.
Right.
She jumped
Absolutely.
down on her hood. She had the
Monkeypox
phone.
out here.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm just not touching everybody. I understand it is what it is, but that voice that told me to come over here did not tell me to get down.
The same one told you.
That
"Hold on
same
now,
voice
put
did
your
not
mouth
tell
on
me
it."
to touch anyone. I go straight to the Bible on you. The Bible says, "Lay hands suddenly on no man," and so I'm following that.
Jesus. So the wife,
Yeah,
Jesus said
exactly.
it. That's Jesus' words. Okay. So the wife starts performing CPR.
So when I come back around, now I've got two of my grandchildren in the car with me. And I come back around and she's 1, 2, 3. I'm like, oh, Father God.
Because she doesn't know what she's doing.
But the ambulance did come fairly quickly.
Thank God.
Yes.
The
The ambulance finally came and they did begin to administer CPR as well. They did have to do compressions. They finally, I guess, got him as stable as they could, got him onto the ambulance, where they continued to work on him. Now, me knowing what I know, now I'm out there praying with the lady. I'm like, listen, it was just to hear this lady. She was like, "I've been married to this man 25 years, Lord, what I'm going to do?" I'm like, oh, God.
So answer this. He was having trouble breathing. Was it an injury or anything, or was he
while they were on the freeway, while they were on the Southfield Freeway, she said he just said he was having heart palpitations, and then she said all of a sudden he just leaned back real fast, and then when she looked over, he was passed out. Well, what she thought was passed out, she said, but his eyes are still open. Yeah. And so by the time she got into the gas station where we were, his eyes were partially open, and his breathing was labored. So he was breathing, and so I was okay with that. Okay, you're breathing. But she did tell us to get him out the car because first she was like laying flat, and she was like the chair goes back.
Right.
But when we put the chair back, the chair didn't go all the way back, so we end up having to put him out on the ground. Needless to say, they did go off. I told her I would stay there with her until somebody came. She was reaching out to family and stuff. She got a hold to one of his sisters, and when the sister got there, I guess the sister didn't understand what she was telling her on the phone. Because when she got there, she told her what happened. Like, her and the ambulance just missed each other. And she was like, he had a heart attack or whatever. I don't know if it was a heart attack or a stroke.
Right.
But
That's what I was gonna say. Like, was it ever determined what
Right.
the medical cause or the condition
Well,
was? The situation.
she did say that he battled with hypertension and that he had a stroke 2 years prior.
One thing I want people to know, when you do see somebody in heart distress, laying them flat, is the quickest way to level out heart palpitations. I struggle with that myself, and I've actually been hospitalized for a heart condition. And before they performed anything, they had to lay me flat just to get my heart rate stabilized, everything. And even when I talk to the heart doctor, they always say, when I feel that coming on, try to lay flat.
Right.
So just a little bit of advice before we panic on people,
Right.
We don't want to
So I don't
put our
know.
mouths on strangers. Just like, if he died, he died. So, I ain't about to put my
Can't
mouth
get a
on.
one
What?
or nothing.
No, because no, the funny part
I
about
can't find it. Go
no,
ahead.
it's not funny. It's not funny because the person ended up dying, but that actually happened a few years ago. The lady was, we think she was already dead. I guess, I don't know CPR, so I was out of it. But she started foaming at the mouth. And I heard somebody say, if she died, she died. Because I'm not putting my mouth on her. This was before COVID. And when the police came, they was like, yep. Because they don't help at all.
No.
DPD don't help at all.
No.
They just kind of look
Listen,
at you
I
and be
told
like,
you what they did.
whip.
Told you what they did to Angry Tweety's boyfriend. Just left him laying there.
I'm like, don't y'all have
EMS
training?
is on the way.
But,
What?
like, don't y'all
Who
have
does that?
training in emergency services? I thought that was part of the job.
Listen, you can't get the job without it.
These MFers said, well, I said, if they
In
don't
real
care.
life. So, but they did, they did a very good job from what I saw. They did a very good job. And the ambulance left. I did tell her I would check on her later.
Oh, beautiful.
She thanked me like 79 times. Oh, I don't know what I'd have did if you wasn't here, And I'm like, I would rather not have been here though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was crazy. And so I checked on her this morning. I texted her and asked her, how she was doing. I just said, just checking on you. And she said he didn't make it.
God damn, you couldn't have started off with that?
No.
Well,
No.
fuck.
He didn't make it.
I retract that. If he died, he died.
So when you said, that's why I snatched around. I was like, oh,
God
this one
damn.
gonna eat her ass up when I
Right.
say it.
Well, he did, and he did.
You know what I'm saying?
Lord, so he didn't make it.
Yeah, he didn't make it. But one of the things when we were on the scene, when I realized they were still working on him for like 20 minutes after they had gotten him in there, and I'm watching that truck bounce, I said, nah,
He's not gonna make it.
this not looking good. They may get him stable enough to get him to the hospital, but he gonna be DOA once he get there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's probably what happened. But it just stands to what you were talking about, like this thing, like it's weird right now. Like I'm good on the Death Angel.
Yeah.
I'm good. You can go on somewhere else. You can go to another country. We are really tired of you. We are really tired of you.
It's
in the United
crazy
States.
because I've often asked myself, and I don't know if other people do this, and I don't want to be in this headspace, but because of so much going on, I'm like, could today be it? Could this be my last day?
Right.
And you don't know. That's the crazy part about being a human being. Like, just like this man riding in a car, they wasn't heading to the hospital apparently, so he didn't have a clue that this was gonna be his last day. She damn sure didn't. And just that quick. The way we live our lives, the things that we do, I say it like that because as much as I'm hurting myself with my own personal things that I have going on, I refuse not to live in my light, not to make this day something special. Now, you know, everybody has to go back and crawl back. I got a little corner on my couch that I crawl back in, you know. But I had to get up. I had to spend some time with some kids, and I had to, you know, try to put a smile on my son's face today, because in my own depression and sadness, I know how important it is not to waste a day.
Yeah.
Even when it hurts.
Yeah.
You know. So that's all I have to say about that. You know, more. Let's not be so fucking sad. Next time you have a story like that, why don't you start off with it? He died, and then die.
No.
So our listeners will know.
I needed to build up.
Nobody needs that kind of build up. Nobody need it. Tell her market ain't wanted.
I'm a storyteller.
Well, you did a
I like
great.
to give you the.
You did a great job with that story.
Thank you, because she was like, "Oh, oh my
And
god!"
I called her this morning. She said,
And my voice is all.
he didn't make it. Like
She
what?
She put the Unsolved Mysteries voice on and shit like, here's a composite sketch of the motherfucker at age 300,000 years old.
Ass boy.
I used to hate that part.
I'm like,
Did you?
I'm
That shit used to scare
That
me.
was the scary
them,
part for
them,
you.
them composite sketches as a kid, yeah.
Punk.
Cause
You was a punk.
man, listen, I don't know. I was just a little kid and them spooky ass, and then it was just the voice, the music, all that. It was
yeah,
just spooky.
yes.
And you know this man ain't old. He ain't still alive at 3,000 years. Here's a sketch of how he might look at the age of 200 years old. And they put this ghouly ass face on it. He dead, man.
That's hilarious.
But anyway, go ahead.
So, I do have a question for you, because we haven't been on the show for a while. I haven't, I was told, but I think it's been all of us. You ran away. Did you run away? I feel like you ran away. In my head, I was like, Kim ran away. I called you, we talked, and then you never came back. Did you run away? Did you run away to a food truck convention? Because you kept posting about gyros. I'm like, where the fuck is she running to for food? Like,
She ran to Chicago.
she
That's what
running how many times though?
I went home.
How many times? Or
Food run. I mean, I was wherever.
You
like,
were
I could
there.
be home and do a food run, but yeah, I was. That's the food that I was eating.
did you
Is
run
it
away?
showing?
No. Did you run away? Because you have on a whole ass Looney Tune onesie. It
I
ain't
do.
showing.
I have on a pajama. I have my pajamas on because when I leave here, I am going to a pajama thingy. Yeah. So I figured just, be prepared.
It's gonna be some very, very happy Looney Tune fans. Like the Tasmanian devil got an ass like that.
You know what?
You make me wanna boom, boom, boom.
You need help. You need so much
You the
help.
one in the Looney Tunes onesie. With an
Says the
ass
one
looking
that-
like my belly.
If I don't get a one,
He can't find her.
thank you.
Okay, so did you run away?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Now,
This is my confession.
can I ask you, were there benefits? I know sometimes we have to, and going back to like the theme of what people need to do in their lives to make things better for them.
Right.
Was this little was this a mental health break? Was this a runaway, or was it beneficial?
Okay, to answer all of that. Yes, to all of that. It was a mental health break. It was just a simple getaway. And the funny part was nobody believed that all I was doing was nothing. Nobody believed it. Yeah, you in Illinois and you that close to Illinois and you ain't doing that. No, I'm not doing anything. I am chilling with one of my closest and best friends. Yes, he is a man. We not fucking. Okay? 50 years. Well, over 50 years of friendship. No, we're not fucking. You know what I'm saying? We don't. When people be like, how you gonna be friends? You know, can the opposite sex be friends and not be sexual? Yeah, it's a choice.
Absolutely.
It is a choice. You know. So anyway, and it irritates me because that's the first thing somebody jumps to.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first assumption. You know, and I get it, but it ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
You know.
I do realize as we get older, it's easier not to fuck your friends. You know,
So
I
much
mean, like, I
easier.
used to fuck a lot of my friends. For real. And they're still my friends and we don't sleep together and I don't have to go down those roads anymore because it's just not necessary. You know, like, I want a man friend that I'm fucking that it has more to do. Like, at this age, just having someone to pounce on you.
Yeah.
You know, I get so many dick offers. It's ridiculous. I got one in the middle of the night last night. Like, oh, are you sad? You want some dick? I'm like, what?
Like,
It's
you
2
know
o'clock
what?
in the morning.
First of all,
and I had to respond like, is that my phone dinging? Like, the fuck?
First of all, I don't understand why men do that. Why do you think that you bringing dick is gonna make me feel better about what just happened?
Right.
That's the part I don't understand. That's the first thing you gotta offer. You ain't say, "Oh, you need a hug." Damn. Can
Right.
you let the hug lead to some dick?
Right.
Damn. You going straight to the dick.
I
Well,
did.
cut to the chase. Fuck you and the chase now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't chase me neither. So.
Right. And it's weird because that's kind of how the conversation went. It was like, I hear you know, how people respond to your story. So the person was complimenting my picture on my story. And so I hear the ding, like 2 something in the morning. And I'm like, hey, yo, what's up? You know, thank you for the compliment because I'm up. I wasn't sleeping well. And he's like, what's going on? And I'm like, you know, I got dumped today. I have to say it like that to keep myself from crying. And he like, oh, well, I got something to make you forget that nigga. And I'm like, damn! Wow. I ain't say damn. I'm like, wow. It's 2 something in the morning. What, you got some melatonin, motherfucker? Like, the fuck you got some Z-Quil, bitch?
You ain't got no you ain't got no chamomile tea, my
Right,
nigga.
what the fuck you?
Fuck? Your ass.
You're not coming over
Kimberly,
here. Hey.
What's going on with my favorite character?
You're not coming over here at 2 something in the morning.
You know what I'm saying?
Then I forgot I was a hoe for a minute because I was in a relationship.
Yeah.
You're not gonna remind me.
You see? Like for real?
So and it's always and on the real talk, you know, I was offered a hug.
Okay.
You know, I did. I mean, I don't know if the whole purpose of being offered a hug was to lead to some cock, you know, but I did think that was a better way of approaching if it was like, hey, how you doing? Like, I ain't doing so well. Like, yeah, I seen your post, you know, I ain't want to comment, but you are right. And I'm like, I'm cool. Like, you need a hug. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
I always could use a hug. Because actually, real talk, I don't get enough hugs.
Okay.
For a couple of months ago, I thought I was going to have to commit myself because since COVID, I've been having issues with the human touch or lack thereof.
Okay.
And like on some real stuff, and people need to recognize, like, when they have attitudes, you know, what's going on with them. I recognize from like the beginning of COVID all the way up to like 2022, I don't get touched centrally, caringly enough. And I was having like small little breakdowns because, you know, my little boy hugs me, you know, and usually it's right on time. Like, thank God that I do have him because those little hugs make a difference. But I did realize, like, I was having a conversation with my mom, like, Mom, I am lacking the human touch and mostly from the opposite sex. because it's nothing like a man's hug. It's nothing like their arms.
Lord of mercy.
What that make? You got a wet spot in your onesie?
Make you feel,
Clean up on Mike too. Clean up on Mike too.
make you feel away.
It does make you feel away, and I think sometimes when people are walking around and you have an attitude, you need to take a list, make a checklist of like what you're going through and what you're lacking and what's making you feel a certain way. And mine was the human touch, because that's one of my love language.
It's essential.
You know, and even like when I also realized like I was having sex with people and, you know, it wasn't intimate.
It's a difference.
It's a big difference. And I had pulled back from even going there and laying down with somebody, because I'm like, a good fuck is a good fuck.
Right.
But ain't nothing like kissing and fucking, hugging and fucking, being held tight,
Yeah, there's nothing like it.
being talked to centrally, you know.
I do have on the onesie.
Okay.
Clean up on Mike too, ladies and gentlemen. Clean up on Mike
I'm
too.
sweating myself. I done made myself. I need that chicken.
I'm over
chicken
here
butt.
like, now, I wonder will he answer. No, I'm just kidding.
No. So all those things.
Wait a minute, you are sweating. What
Right.
the hell?
I'm menopausing.
Clean up on Mike 5, ladies and gentlemen. Clean up on Mike 5.
I'm gonna take my shirt off. What bra I
I
got
ain't
on?
stored at that time, so we sound
it
like
ain't
we're in the
like she
store for
won't.
real and shit.
Right.
It ain't like she won't.
So I mean, has that been an issue for you ladies, or I mean, is it just me?
Like, as far as human touch,
Yeah.
that is such a preference for me. Like, I have to have it, which is why I'm not into. That's why I'm not one of your customers.
Right.
For as long as I've known her, she had to
It
give
ain't
me
just
one for
about
my
the-
birthday
it ain't
just
about just
for
the
me to
penetration,
ever
it
have
is.
one. It's not just about the penetration or the stimulation of the clitoris for me. There has to be male touch. I need that hot breath next to my ear.
Right.
I need my hair pulled. I need my neck choked a little bit. Okay, never mind. So yeah.
So this is a funny story. So prior to me getting dumped, my boyfriend at the time didn't know this, but the night before I had went out. And I got really, really close to having to make the decision on whether or not I was going to step outside of my relationship or not, because I was sitting at the bar with a very attractive man.
I'm pre-laughing. But
Is
go
that
ahead.
me?
Pre-laugh.
Yeah.
You know a laughing moment is coming.
So at the bar, the guy is talking, and he's talking good. You know, he's talking rides on the boats and trip to Chicago and dinner here and there and all this other stuff. And he looked at me. He said, "I know what you like."
Uh-oh.
And this motherfucker choked me. And like that, so that's the gay guy across the bar. He like, Jesus, damn.
Oh my God.
And you got moist.
So, my dumb ass. That's why I was like, I almost cheated.
Yeah.
So I text my,
Like, you know, mash days.
I text my best friend, like, oh my God, is
Who
that you?
fired? Who fired this week?
It gotta be her.
Is it me?
Because she just got here.
Yeah.
You wasn't here. We ain't had this problem before you get here.
But I turned it down on the
She
way up the
fired this
driveway.
week.
So-
I don't know what happened.
So I text my best friend, because, you know, I tell her everything. And I'm like, my text says, girl, this man done choked me. And she like, bitch, where you at? I'm putting my shoes on
for
right
sure,
now. What the
for
fuck you talking about, niggas up in the bar?
You can't send it like
Yeah, you
that.
have to. Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, cop.
Yeah. Who is it? Where are you?
Who is it and where are you? What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah.
And I look at the phone like, why is she not happy for me? She know I've been going through lack of human touch for a couple of weeks, which led me up to getting dumped.
That's a different thing.
Hey, no. what we not gonna do
It's just keep brushing
is
past
brush
that.
past
So
that I got dumped. Now, let me start this off by saying, at least 30 days ago,
I was
I had pom poms and shit
Yeah, it was a situation shit.
like, oh my God, they got a man. Oh my God, they got a man.
not only
What the fuck happened, man?
not only were you like that, but I've never I've never talked to so many strangers. Like I guess, and I'm so happy that I have my social media platform and I'm the person I am because people tell me I should be different, but I share my life on social media for a reason because I have a certain amount of realness to myself, and unfortunately, people don't get that. Is that a Crown Royal in a can?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, superstars!
It's so good.
Oh my God. Okay, so now I digress. I need some Adderall or something. Like, ooh, Crown Royal in a can. So I share my life with people to let them know that you have your ups and downs. So yes, 30 days ago, I was on a high hope. I was on a high, and I decided
And
to.
had us on a high too.
Right, and like I
I
said,
was like, if it can happen for her, it can happen for me too. Now, shit.
the most pessimistic, not looking for love motherfucker in the world. And I think that what resonated with so many people. And you see me with a lot of people, but you never see me post someone and it says like, this is my person.
Right.
This is, hey T-Boz, this is
Hey, T-Boz.
a new light for me.
Right.
Now, what I did was I had your voice in my head, and we talked about this before. You said you would keep rolling the dice on love. I met a man, and he was adamant about, us getting to know each other exclusively, which is something that I do not do. I'm usually like, let's date each other, see if we like each other. Let's not put that pressure, and I could date multiple people. Not saying I am dating multiple people, but I just don't want the
option.
pressure
The
of
option.
monogamy,
Right.
because it becomes pressure, which leads us up to where we are now, not being together. And that's how I feel. So as things progressed in our relationship, it started to seem as though like the pressure of life was getting to him in a lot of ways, where it was affecting the things that I needed as a girlfriend. Now, what I decided was to be a very supportive girlfriend because, as I said before, I get dick offers all the time. I get motherfucking solicitations constantly, and it increased by the first picture I posted with him.
As it does.
Yes.
It was ridiculous. Like, I had memes, I mean, not memes, but like screenshots of people like, oh, like, you with a nigga now?
That's when they come.
Let me hit that before you get too, like,
Back then didn't
right.
want me. Now got some dick.
They all on me. So even with that being said, I'm like, okay, we are having some issues, but I want to be grown about my shit. The fucked up thing about me being grown about my shit, I am a horn fucking dog. And if a person's headspace is not there to be in that place with you, then it may seem like a certain amount of pressure for them. Because my girl want to fuck all the time, and I'm not really there to fuck her all the time.
Right.
And
That's so amazing to me. But go ahead.
What people are different. You know what I mean?
No. I'm just that that a man just ain't
People
wanna
are
fuck
different.
all the time.
People are different.
right.
I've run across it, and that's why I'm laughing. Like I thought they
You
unicorns.
have people if
to me.
this is not right, that's not working either.
Well, no, I get
You know what
that,
I'm saying?
but I'm
that's
saying
just-
when before you realize that it's a mental thing, and you're feeling like, what's up, my dude don't want to fuck, because they're guys,
Right.
they're men. I ain't met a man yet that ain't ready to fuck. You know what I'm saying? So when they
I
not
have.
And I have now.
Yeah.
right, you see what I'm saying? And when and I have too, but I'm saying just in the nature of things, you just never
You never think, and then you
think that
and being
you
that
equate those
and
together.
and being that it's hard to understand, it's hard to change what you're used to because in the beginning I'm thinking like, okay, we supposed to be fucking like rabbits because it's to be, and you've asked me to be monogamous.
Right.
I've been looking for some dick for me. Yeah. That's the reason why I stopped fucking, because the motherfuckers I was fucking around with obviously was for everybody.
Right.
Like every time I turn around, like I got like right now, today I've had 3 bitches' husbands call me after seeing my goddamn post.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so you free again. Like they was gonna respect the fact that I was in a relationship, but now that I'm single, these niggas like, hey, and I feel so bad for these women, which is why I was like, I need to back up and change my ways so when I have that person come along, I could just solely be with him.
Right.
But I'm solely thinking that it's gonna be bumpity.
No, don't accept that. Don't accept that.
Don't accept what?
That it's gonna be bumpity. No.
What do you? I don't understand the words that's coming out of your mind. What do you mean? Don't accept it?
Because every
I want to
situation. Let me just say it could be stronger, but every situation is different, right?
For sure.
And if I'm getting the same type of relationships, I have to change the men that I'm selecting.
Right.
Right? Because the man approaches me, but I choose him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I have to change.
Choose to accept him or not.
Yeah. I have to choose differently who I accept.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If you don't like the fish that you catch and go fish in some
fish
different
somewhere
water,
else in a different pond.
do some different bait, use some different bait.
Okay.
And go into different water.
So for me, and in the light that I thought I was living in, my friends was telling me to throw the fish back because he was so different than what I'm used to or what they deemed to be
what you
right.
used to.
But for me, it was like, this is different. You know what I'm saying? Somebody coming in because, and he's talking about being monogamous. He's talking about being around my son and us growing in love and getting to know each other. And I'm like, I've never met a man who wanted to get to know me and my son. Every single man I meet is so afraid of dating a woman that has such a young child. Okay. So I back off and I be like, I'm good. So I don't know, and in hearing those words, that you know, that could have threw me over the hills because I'm elated at this point. Like because I've said it on the show. Nobody wants us. You could probably rewind the tape. Like I'm never gonna find that
You've
person
been saying
because
that for a year.
Well, here's the
or
thing.
more.
Here's the thing. Like the first thing is that you have to be careful what you say. Okay, don't ever put out there in the universe nobody wants us. Don't ever do that. Because that's not true. Because you will manifest your future by the words that come out of your mouth. Right? So what you have to say is, oh, there is somebody that wants me. You know what I mean? But also, you have to change your expectations sometimes. For me, I had to switch off what I wanted and switch on what I needed. Mm-hmm. So I made a physical list. I have a physical list of things that I need to benefit and complement me as a woman. Not what I want. I want him to be this. I want him to be that. But what do I need him to be? And I found somebody who meets all of those things. Now, in the beginning, there was a couple of things that I was just like, but everything else was enough to keep me in there. But over time, after having some rocky moments, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, some really rocky moments, we have smoothed out. And he has, I'm not going to say become, but those parts of him that I thought that he was lacking, the rocky moments and the way that we moved through them and we're still moving through, pulled those out or unlocked those things and made him feel safe enough to reveal those things to me. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
I'm sorry.
You got to go about it differently.
No, so my attempt to go about it differently was to step outside myself and ask myself my needs opposed to my wants. I did that because now I'm in my 40s. So, yeah, dick is good, but we can get around to that.
Suppose it don't work.
You know, and
After a
and we
while.
can get around to that.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I am going to be concerned about what your mouth do. And for me, that's a deal breaker. You know what I mean? If I am a horn dog and I do need to have an orgasm, because like anybody who know me, I believe in releasing energies, toxic energies. The way I release my toxic energies is through orgasms. That's one way. And I do think that the human body needs that release. And if your partner don't realize it or their head is not there, it could be a possibility. But I'm going to fast forward the story. At the end of the day, my guy was man enough to tell me the things that he felt like I deserved and what he wasn't capable of giving me at this time. And for that, I can't do anything but respect that. That's how it was with my ex prior to that, the one I was with 6 years ago. Because I realized that there was some things that I was willing to accept that I didn't necessarily deserve. And today I sat down with a male friend of mine, and he was like, you know, we was talking about finances and whatever. And I was like, you know, sometimes we worry about if our guy can take us out or if it's pressure or this, that, and the other. And he was like, well, the type of woman you've always been, you should never have to worry about that. Because if you're hanging out with me or Mike or something, you never have to tell us I only got $5 in my pocket.
Right.
I need X, Y, and Z. Since you've been 19 years old, you ain't never have to worry about
And that's how it should be.
what it is. So if you are with somebody and you have to worry about his capabilities, and this is just one thing, because I stay in my head. You know, I don't know what a motherfucker's pocket's like or not, but sometimes you worry about those things. He's like, that's not for you. You know, you need to not have to worry. So shouts out to my guy who sat down and took an inventory. I'm a little pissed that this inventory wasn't taken prior to us getting together, because it will always baffle me how you could come into my life and you could meet my son and let my son be reeled in. And then you decide to take an inventory on what you can and cannot do. And that's the only issue I have.
Well, you have to, you know, speaking from the aspect of a single mother, you have to, they just don't get to meet the baby. It's because I had a gentleman tell me that I was dating. He was wonderful with children, but he did not want to meet he did not want to interact with my daughter. He took care of us so well that I had to let her know, hey, it's your man. But he let me know. He said, if and when we separate, we break up, I got to break up with her too. That's going to hurt her. And that's going to hurt me.
I told y'all my shit, right? Didn't I tell you when I was engaged with the same shit?
Yeah.
This girl calling me daddy and shit. She
It
gonna ask
becomes
her mama,
difficult.
can she call me daddy and shit? She, you know what I mean? And now shit ain't what it was.
Blitz,
And now
Bills.
I done broke up with two people. I want to call her and check on Chelsea.
And
like, what
it's
the baby doing?
difficult, you know, to reel that back
Well,
in.
this is my
Hey, Dre Bills. Hey, everybody. Excuse my voice, y'all. I don't really have one, but because I love y'all so much, I decided to be on here anyway. Listen, I want to say, hey to Day Day. Hey, Andre, what's going on? Joy Young Harris, T. Boz, my baby, and Dre Bills. What's going on?
So real talk,
Thanks for watching.
this is like thank you guys so much for watching. This is my first time in 6 years taking a leap to intertwine my life with King. That's not.
But you can't do it. Cause
I mean, I
he's
did.
not even
though.
old enough.
It's done.
It's done
Right,
now.
but I'm saying because we don't know until we do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm speaking from the aspect of somebody who is in your shoes. You know what I mean? And I have to protect not only my heart, but I got to protect my daughter's heart too.
Right.
You know what I mean? And even though she might know, oh, I'm seeing somebody You know, I never let anybody even see her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Your baby is too young. You know, unless you got a ring on your finger, and even that's not even promised. Or you're in, because as a mother, you know when it's comfortable enough, and you know when a man is worthy enough to be in your son's life.
Well,
And
I
you
can't.
have to
I
tap
can't.
in.
I can't. That's what I was gonna say.
You
I
gotta
can't
tap
say that
in.
I know because I was there. I was all in because my son is so young. I don't have the luxury of being able to date and not have him around, or go over somebody's house and be there for hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's just us. He don't have a dad that he goes to on the weekends. He don't have anybody really. I gotta I always have to make moves, right? You know, so it's not that easy. So I found someone that I can intertwine the two because he has children. You know, it was, I met his one of his daughters as well. So the talks was we going in. This is where my headspace was. You know what I mean? So if we gonna take a chance, motherfucker, call this Love Island, and we already a ready made family, because I'm about ready to be all in. And that was the decision. Like, every day I woke up like, I know this is weird. I know it hasn't been a lot of time. And I'm a timey motherfucker. When you talk to me, I'll be like, damn, you only had your hair in for 2 weeks? Why you taking it out now? You know, everything I think about is in time.
Yeah.
Right.
But this time I decided that I was going to throw that to the wayside and just follow my heart. Because my heart was telling me that this was good for me. And I ain't even going to say, because Kim said it, I ain't even going to say that this story is over.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It will be my hopes that it isn't. But I do understand when a motherfucker get to know me, they realize that I'm hardworking, I'm popular, I got a lot of shit going on for me, even though it may not be that way. So yes, you do have to bring it to a certain extent. You do have to be in a certain mind frame, because I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you and spend your money.
There's gonna be a man that is going to come along, Miss Lake, and he is going to be everything that you need him to be. But unfortunately, baby, you just gotta wait.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not.
Well, then
I'm off the
you're not
market.
gonna- you're
You know
not-
I'm done.
That's,
you know
that's
what?
why
Y'all
I just
know-
went,
you know I'm
I'm
done.
off
But listen,
the market.
that's a form of waiting. That's a form of waiting. You know what I mean? Because you cannot find your king in the first place if you're interacting with him and him and him and her and her. You're not.
I mean,
You're
I
gonna
get it,
have to
but
get somewhere and sit your motherfucking
I've been
ass down a
sitting
little
my
bit.
motherfucking,
Well,
and I
then
was listening
you
to
gotta
y'all, and
keep
y'all
on.
told me
You
that
gotta keep it up.
I can't.
It's worth it.
I don't know.
And then watch your words. So you
Remember,
somebody
and,
give
and
me
you
a
used
lighter.
you used to think, Mark D,
I done asked him 3 times.
I was trying to throw it to
I
you.
cannot catch.
and you used to think she used to think I was picking on her. She'd say something on the show, and I'd be like,
you have
that's
to
why
be-
you're single.
Yeah, you have to be patient, and you. Have,
I wasn't trying to be
because
smart.
this
I
is
was
the
trying to be
thing.
your real friend.
Baby, this is the thing, right? While you're waiting or off the market or whatever you calling yourself being now, do some soul searching, and whoever your higher power is, I hope you know that is God, Jesus' daddy. But if it's not, okay.
Jesus got a daddy?
Listen,
You so dumb.
Okay.
take some time and get in yourself and allow whoever your higher power is. For me, it was God. Allow him to get inside of you and show you. Because there's some work that has to be done still.
Apparently.
You know what I'm saying? And when you ask for it though, you got to be ready.
Listen,
Okay? Because it's not gonna always be comfortable.
listen. The best and worst thing I ever did was ask God to show me me.
Me too.
And I was like,
It was uncomfortable, but it was so beneficial.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But then you have to be willing, and here I go back to the word. If you be willing and obedient,
Yeah.
then you'll eat
Yeah.
good. You know, then you have good success. So I was like, okay, I'll tell you what. this what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna straighten this shit up because I don't like it. So it's a choice. You know what I mean? And I'm just
I'm gonna tell you.
getting back to what you said earlier though. I have to go back to this before I lose my train of thought. That thing, like you said, and you don't want to call it a waste of time, but it was
because it's not.
No,
no, it wasn't. I don't want to call it a waste of time. There's got to be a term for it.
learning.
It's a lesson.
It's a lesson.
Yeah,
I feel. I mean,
absolutely.
the reason why I'm so candid, and
I
I'm
wanna
gonna tell it.
graduate. I
I'm
wanna get
telling
out of
everybody.
school.
Like when I made that post today about cuffing season and me being on the market, everybody who knows me, I seen the emojis and the reaction. Those who know me was sad. Those who don't know me just thought it was being funny. And that is my way of coping. I always got a joke for everything. Friday, besides the indiscretion, my eyes was opening up to a lot of things that I don't have that I want, because I'm in a room with restaurateurs and lawyers, and I seen a loan officer and a different people, different calibers with different things. And they're having conversations about things that's going over my head, like how much it costs to fill up their boats, you know, where they're vacationing, going to Thailand and things like that. And what I did realize is I need to elevate.
Yeah.
Like, and I asked my higher power, I asked Father God and Mother Earth to constantly protect me from being in a minute state. That's why I say I'm not mad at him. I just wish, because I was walking a journey prior to us meeting. But what he did was
Put you on pause a little
he put
bit.
me on pause, and he did exactly what I wanted to happen, because I said I wanted to meet a man in person in a bar. And I want to have a conversation with somebody that made me smile, who offered to buy me a drink. Because what I constantly get is in dick bites from social
dick
media.
pics
Like
on social media,
I
right.
never meet a human man.
So
in
if you
person.
can speak
Thank you,
that
Erica.
out of your mouth,
yeah,
and it can manifest, why in the hell do you think that you can't manifest what it is that you need in your life, relationship wise?
well, I told you this before. I'm not you. I ain't made for the heartache. I ain't made for all the crying I did last night and all that extra
I'm
shit.
not saying
I'm
that
not
part.
because I'm
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 saying
not-
This is
I'm
not what I
saying-
signed up for.
I am saying, when you say something out of your mouth, you just said that you asked for to meet a man in the bar to make you smile, blah, 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 and bow, there it was, right?
Bow.
Why are you so self-defeating in your language
Within that.
when it comes to meeting who you know, somebody that you want to spend the rest of your life with?
Something's on my mind
like,
to say since she said
come
that.
on
though,
with
right?
it.
This
my
is
G.
CBD if anybody want to hit it,
'Cause,
but it's not. I'm not being rude. I figured
Sometimes you have to evaluate what you think you want.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier.
Because like you can get what you think you can get the worst motherfucker in the world gift wrapped in the motherfucking paper that you think you want and shit.
Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So sometimes it's like, okay, well this motherfucker was everything that I thought I wanted, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
So now evaluate what it is like. Is what you think you want really what you need? That's what I want. That's what I wanted to say.
But that's what
what
I
you want
said.
versus what you need. So what you want maybe not what you need all the
Yeah,
time. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
evaluate what you say that you want. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I go through, and I mean, and it's gonna take some time. Like my best friend know, I put a time limit on my sulking, and then I move on, because that's the only way that I can function.
For sure.
I can't live in it.
I'm with that.
But like I was saying prior to, I was going through a moment in time where I felt like it was something wrong with me, because I am not getting human touch.
For
And
sure.
so
I've been there too.
I can take this as a break to say, hey, somebody does want to touch you. Somebody does, you know what I mean? Because that was one of the things about this man. He always had his hands on me. And I love that.
Love that.
I love that. Knee, shoulders, knees, toes, everything but the dick. Everything on me but the dick. Forehead. Like, okay.
think this
But,
time,
okay,
I
so-
think what you
Okay,
said,
so wait. You're not finna slide past that either. Listen here. This is the Shenanigans show. I need to know. Okay, so holding hands, forehead kisses, all of that. No sex? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
For the most part. We
but he came to
Not
you
enough or
and
not a
saying,
lot?
right, not enough for you, or
or just not a lot.
I would say I think that's the same thing. Like, not a not and not enough.
okay,
Not a lot and not enough for me.
okay.
No, because
But you
not-
say you got dumped though. You didn't dump him. There
No, I
wasn't
didn't.
enough
No,
sex.
no,
You
no,
didn't
no,
dump him.
no. I had decided that whatever I was trying to grow in love.
Yeah.
But in growing in love, I'm also a spoiled fucking brat. So we do have issues where I'm throwing attitudes and fits about certain things that he has to deal with. He came up to, he thought about it and he said that it didn't seem as though I was as happy. And that totally contributes to the things that he's able to give me and what he's doing as a man in our relationship. And until he's able to give me what I deserve, he wanted to just take a step back.
Well, it's all about willingness. You know what I mean? Because I have to be willing to. Relationships are ebb and flow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you have to. I have to be able to give him what he needs and wants. Maybe not 100%, but that's my goal,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the same in return. So if he wasn't willing, because what you're asking for, it's not a lot. It's really not. But if you're not willing or capable, because there's a difference.
Right,
Can you, but will you not?
right.
You know, or can you not, but I want to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that makes the difference. If he wasn't willing to say, you know what, baby, I know you need X, Y, Z. I can meet you halfway. I could do this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That would have made the difference or no?
It would have made the difference from where I was.
Why do you think that wasn't his approach? Why was his approach, you know what, hey, I got to let you.
I think sometimes people aren't aware of what they can't give until they're required to give it. And I just think that was the case. You know, I'm not your average female. So when you're dating and you meet spectacular women like us, sometimes you be like, oh, this is not just some penny ante
Yeah,
bitch that
it's
could be
happened.
sitting
It's
around
happened
on my couch
time
and
and
this, that,
time
and the
again.
other.
Right.
This woman requires a certain thing. And I honestly believe that he looks at me with a high regard where it's like, I want to come correct
So
if I
he
have a
pretty
woman
much
like this.
Self-sabotaged. He self-sabotaged.
Yeah, he felt like he wasn't good enough.
He wasn't good enough. And I think, and I get it. That's what I feel like I went through. My person
I
was
go through
like,
it all the time. It's
yeah,
a
my
revolving
person
door
was
of
like,
it.
you need a man like this. But I chose you.
I chose you. Yeah, yeah.
How you gonna tell me what type of man I need? And I chose you.
Absolutely.
You know, so they tend to feel like, you know, okay, like you say, I'm not good enough or whatever, and it is a level of insecurity.
Yeah.
It's a level of insecurity.
And the fucked up part about it, the female in me, is like, I'm gonna go back to, like, school start tomorrow, and this is when the tears is gonna start. But I'm gonna go back to 100% mommy, pick up, drop off, homework,
And
lonely
that's
night.
okay.
No, it's no.
For now,
but-
though, it is.
But when I told you, I was already at a point where I felt like I needed to commit myself.
But you have to change your.
No, I mean, I get it. I'm just saying, for my point is, I'm going to go back into that Groundhog's Day type of
Because
life.
I've been there. That's how
And
come I
then
can speak on it.
I'll be wondering, like, he could easily, because he's a dude, he could easily find a female to sit up with him at his crib that he can cook for, that's not as worthy, and still get companionship. You know, first and foremost, and it may not be true. That's where my head goes as a woman. But I'm like, I'm not gonna get any companionship.
But you said timing is everything. That's what you said.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not time. That's all. And until it becomes time, baby, we as women, we have to lay in the cut and we have to get our shit together.
I understand. It sounds
Listen,
good.
I've had no.
I just got dumped yesterday.
Listen, I know that, but I'm saying I have lived it, and I have laid in my
You
bed.
like, let me mourn my dead dog for a minute.
yeah.
Goddamn.
Dogs die, bitch.
But what I hear you saying though is just not a productive way of thinking if you stay there.
And
For today, okay.
thank you.
But if you stay there though, and listen, I have laid in my bed many nights and cried, and I know I am a beautiful woman inside and out, right? Nothing taken away from me. But damn, why can't I have? Why can't I get? Why can't I whatever? You know? But I had to take the time and say, you know what? I'm tripping. It's just not my time.
But this
You know
is
how many times I have looked in the mirror and said, what the fuck?
It's just not.
It's
time.
not. I can pick up the phone and say, okay, let's be.
Mm-hmm.
But I can do that to people that
It's gotta
I'm
be
not.
right. It's got to be right.
You know, this would be me settling. And not to say, oh, just being with you is just me settling. But there are things that I need
That you don't possess.
that you don't have that thing. Or you're just not my person. You're just not my person.
I've said this to you guys before. And I know a lot of beautiful women, and we get up in age, and to me, it seems like that chance gets smaller.
But it's not.
To me,
But
because
listen,
I
in
know
my
I know
age-
beautiful women in their 60s that's still looking in the mirror and asking why
Am
I
I
don't-
single?
Listen,
Am I single? I mean,
And although I am single by choice, I honestly believe at this point that it is a good choice because I look at, like, if I give that guy a little bit of time,
and you got to look at
he
your
show
own,
his ass.
You got to look at your own track record too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like let me sit down
You see what I'm saying?
because
And
I don't pick well.
And then another thing.
No,
so listen,
you
And
right.
that's what I did.
You right.
That's what I did.
You
I had
right.
to stop and I had to take a minute and go, what is it about you that you keep picking nitwits? You know, what the fuck is that? So I had to sit down, and then what happened in me sitting down was those standards of mine changed, or new standards were added. And
That's
so
all I'm saying.
Yeah, and so now the bar is set to a certain level, and if you can't at least get right here,
but it's an X factor that y'all leaving out. It ain't really got nothing to do with none of the components that are about y'all individually that y'all are battling.
it's the man.
It's not really well. It's the numbers. It's the statistics, right?
Right.
For every one of us, there's 8 or 10 of y'all.
Exactly.
exactly.
So for every one man that gets married, that means there's 8 to 10 of y'all that ain't gonna find nobody.
Absolutely.
So that's part of what y'all battling and shit. You know what I
And
mean?
and Mark, real talk. Real fucking talk. Like I said, 6 years. I've been doing this life thing with me and my baby, and not once have anybody even mentioned wanting to get to know us as a package.
I did it for 5.
Remember,
mean,
I told
you
you,
know-
I told you that one time that this was the first time in my life that this ever had happened, and I've been married, and it hadn't happened.
We know Thanos.
I
got all the Infinity Stones. Okay, go ahead.
This nigga.
See,
I've been married, and
I
I've been
love it.
married, and
I
I've been
love it.
married, and I've been married.
But
one
I'm
more
in the
time.
same boat.
But
I've
I'm
been married
ex-
3 times.
but I'm experienced.
Well, then y'all
But-
fucking up the statistics.
3 no. Well, 3 marriages, 2 men for me.
So
I married one of them twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
wait a minute. You married one of them twice.
Yeah, I did.
You ain't learned the first time.
Well, no, you know what I learned? That I wasn't sure that I had done my best.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm a person, a woman, I don't like living in regret.
Absolutely.
And so I said, because we left the divorce court and went to the movies. We continued to date. You know what I mean? And so after a year, I said, maybe if I, was better, And if I knew how to be a wife, and because I was young in my 20s, if I knew how to do this and how to do that, and I studied what a wife should be and what a husband should be. I
did that
studied
too.
it.
Right.
And I said, oh shit, I got this. You know what I'm saying? And when I went back in, he was the same.
Right.
So then it wasn't me. Now I'm at peace.
Okay.
And,
Well, your
and now
decision.
I can go on and take the skills that I have attained, and now I can give them to somebody else.
And I believe, like in my current situation, if a person needs time and they need time to grow or see what they're capable of, it would be my hope and prayer that he is the person that he wants to be, or become the person that he wants to be. And I'm still here, ready and available.
Because a no today is
Yeah.
not a no tomorrow.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because me and my friend, like, we on the time out right now. But I still love him and he still love me. And I still count him as mine and I count myself as his.
I don't want to do timeouts.
I don't want to do
Well,
that.
Sit your
Well, you
ass
know
down.
what? No, because you know what? Sometimes you have to
Let's
do
work
that.
this shit out in the room.
We are working it out.
No,
We still talk every day. We still whatever else we do. You know what I mean? But here and here, we both realized that there was some work that had to be done, and there was a value that we saw in each other that's worth the time out.
right.
We're
Hey.
still off the table for other people, but he has accepted that I may date. I'm not with that shit. But he has accepted that she might date, but hopefully she won't.
Yeah, I don't know
So,
about that.
Well, it's.
I mean,
listen,
no, I'm and
It's a personal
and
thing.
you
It's
know
a
what?
personal thing.
the reality of it is, like I said, prior to this, I wasn't dating nobody.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't dating any. But I do believe that I shouldn't be tied down if we're not going to be together.
See, but we feel like we are going to be together.
No.
But we're not going. We were not going to be successful the way that we were.
Absolutely.
And so he realized through me saying da 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 da, and I realized through him saying da 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 da, that we needed to grow.
Absolutely.
But we want to do it to benefit us. You know what I'm saying? Because for some reason, with the pressure of the title, was chaos.
It is.
Now, is
and-
there a cutoff?
and I feel-
is there a cutoff for this
Now,
wait time for this
you know
this
what?
break or?
Yeah.
There may be. I'll know it when it comes.
Okay. Now, what if that doesn't happen for another 2 years?
Only because what? Then if it don't, because see, I trust how I feel, and I'll wake up tomorrow after being good tonight and be like, okay, we through.
Right.
I'm comfortable with that. You know what I mean? But in the conversations, and we have conversations now that we couldn't have before
Right.
about the same thing.
But we couldn't have it.
We couldn't do
Right.
it. And the intention on his part is like, girl, listen, when I come to you, I'm coming correct. Don't you even worry about it. You know what I mean? And because of the type of man that he's shown himself to be, I know he not fucking with me.
Okay.
And
Listen.
I hope to. I really, 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 really hope that could be my case.
It's gonna come
Because
you gotta
I-
practice what I'm telling you.
No, I
You gotta
get-
practice
well,
what you say, because
right
I
now,
had to do
I'm-
it for me. I had to do it.
No,
I had to do it.
The
Because
more-
I was saying, I was
you know what I'm gonna
self-defeating too
practice
with my mouth too.
You know what I'm gonna practice? He let me cut off some hair from his beard, and I'm gonna practice all over them
You know-
hairs. That's
you
what the
know
fuck
what?
I'm gonna do.
Wait a minute.
You know what? Like, no,
Now,
hold on.
we
No, that's
Now I'm
the
letting
views and
that's going too far.
the views and opinions
It's not
of
going
Lake
too far.
Butler.
Right, or not.
It's
are
not going
not.
too far.
No, we will not voodoo you who.
Yes, it is.
Why wouldn't we?
Because we don't.
No, y'all don't.
And you shouldn't.
You shouldn't. I don't care nothing about your nappy roots. I said you shouldn't.
Yeah, you
Okay.
should not.
Listen, Dre Bill said not only as a woman, as a human being, you have to love yourself
Yes.
and put enough love in yourself to where you can recognize what love is, what love fits
Your criteria.
Yeah.
And that's your definition of love. I like real talk. I need to be loved by somebody who understands that I do practice different ways of praying and putting things in the universe. You can call it voodoo, you can call it hoodoo, you can call it whatever you want.
Listen, if you got
But
somebody
listen.
hair, that is not a good thing, ma'am.
No, it's not. I never do anything maliciously. I've never done anything maliciously.
Listen, let me say something.
Having a piece of a person, I would never do harm to that
me
person
say
at
something.
all. But I'm saying that person who loves me will understand that that is part of my core and who I am. Period. Like the criteria for my love, they will have to be understanding in that. I didn't take the hair. It was given to me.
Okay, so
And the person who loved me
I'm
before.
gonna pray over this water,
So-
and then I'm gonna fling this holy water
the
on
way I'm
you.
sweating, I need some.
so here's the thing.
Mark, like, take some of mine too.
Here's the thing. I am the daughter of a real life witch. Okay, my mom is a real life witch. And I have seen her do spells on people, on men, to draw them to and to push them away. She's never had a successful relationship. Never. And I
Even
know,
with the spells.
even with the spells.
And I was gonna say, right, that when you
That's
use
anybody.
when you use that shit, right, in those type of situations, is part of the reason why you end up attracting negative energy to
100%.
yourself.
Yeah.
100%.
That's part of the
Listen,
reason
if
why
God
you're
didn't
rendering the
create
results
you,
that
if
you are
God
getting.
don't take over your will, why you feel like you should have the ability to take over somebody's will?
Yeah.
Either they want to be
Wait
with
a
you
minute.
or they don't, and if they don't, fuck them and feed them beans. And then next,
I don't 100%, and we could talk about this on another show. I don't 100% think you guys understand certain spells and certain rituals. Like with Tim, having a piece of him would be all healing and prayer over his body. Anything in light will be cast over him because he has battles, he has depression, he has things that I want him to heal from, because I do want him to come back to me of his own free will. But I would never sit there.
But you can do that without the hair.
I could, or I can do it with it
Because when you,
because I got it.
I mean, no, you can do it with it, but you know,
All I'm saying is that it's not as devilish as some people play it off, and with or without the hair,
well, what would Jesus do?
Jesus would turn water into wine and have a fucking party. That's what the fuck Jesus would do.
Then that's what you should do.
Well, I ain't got that capability, but I do have some
What,
hair to
to have
burn.
some wine?
and you gonna burn it,
And
don't
then you
burn
gonna
it.
burn it?
I'm just gonna
Don't
bury
burn
it.
Don't burn
Lord
it. And
have
don't bury
mercy.
I'm
it
gonna
either.
I'm gonna bathe in it in the Lake Minnetonka. I mean, what makes y'all feel better? What do y'all
What
think?
makes me feel better is for you not to manipulate it at all. That's what would make me.
It'll
feel
be
better.
okay.
But
You'll be
who-
fine.
Who cares? Yeah, I'm gonna be fine. 100%. I'm gonna be fine. Because
When you
I
start
grew-
calling me every
because I
day,
grew up
trying to see me at night, you
in
know
a
what?
situation
You
like
know
that.
what?
You
Pretty
know what
girl.
I'm saying? No, it ain't gonna. Listen, I'm rubber and you
You
glue,
glue.
baby. Okay, everything you say bounces off me and sticks on
Sticks
to you,
to you.
bitch. Okay, you was a motherfucking lie. In the words of my 17-year-old, I rebuke that.
Listen.
Come on, I rebuke that.
I ain't heard that shit in years. I'm rubber and you glue.
Listen, don't play.
They ain't put the bitch
Sticks
on the
and-
end when I
sticks-
was a kid.
Sticks and stones.
I brought the pain with that one. Yeah, nigga, shit.
I am not playing.
In real
Oh
life.
my
in real life.
God.
In real life.
I'm gonna watch you around my
Around your edges
You
and
right
shit.
here.
around my edges.
Don't brush no hair on my
But
leg.
you know what I'm saying?
No, you gonna be like, why you keep taking pictures of my booty? And I'm gonna be in there like, Lord, please give me this booty. I need this booty. I would have way more options if I had that ass.
I know you would.
It
That-
would be
that-
worse. It would be
no,
worse.
I mean,
Listen,
but
it'll
that'd
be
be
worse.
I get
Listen,
it.
this
I
is
get
what let me just dispel this. Women with asses that's watching
Kim
this,
got
Chime
ass.
in. Chime in.
Both Kims got
chime
ass.
in, please.
Not me.
Chime
Not this Kim.
in.
I don't, what other Kim? Is another Kim
Listen,
in
when
here?
I tell you,
Mark know what he know.
Honey, not
I
them
don't care
little
what I have on. I don't care what's going on. That my male friends, my female friends, the postman, the
Everybody.
at UPS,
dog.
if they see it, they gotta speak on it.
It has.
Leave my ass alone.
We cannot. It's its own entity.
And it's
It's
natural.
separate
and,
from. It's separate
so-
from you.
and
and
we
so
don't
what
see
I-
this too often.
We love you and the ass separately.
Your
ma'am.
ass is its own country.
It is. I'm just saying.
The country of Looney Tune tonight.
Tonight, it is the country of Looney Tunes.
Now she gonna stand up
And
and
that's
show
why-
us, Lord.
See what I'm saying?
Booty, rocking everywhere.
This is the reason. This is the reason.
I just had to do it.
This is the reason.
Somebody asked me to stand up, and so I did.
It's the reason. And it looks so strong.
It does look strong.
It looks so like it can fight any battle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
I feel the
She
same
got
way.
healthy booty, right?
I'm just saying.
That's like Navy
Like,
Federal booty.
You
She
can
got
carry
some fucking
carry
Army
loads.
strong, tough.
Like your booty carry loads.
Y'all see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about?
Whole conversation.
You
So-
want to ask like this, so you want people to hold conversation about you like this?
They talk about my tongue like that, my personality. People
Yeah,
talk
but
about
you
me.
know what? They're not able to talk about your tongue unless you show them your tongue.
Well, I show
My
everybody.
ass.
She can't
Everybody
help
can
but to
see
show
my
that
ass.
ass.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like
She looking so innocent and so confused. Like,
No, and she's not.
Didn't she?
knowing she's not. But you know, and I tell a lot of my
Bambi.
girlfriends, they be like, "Oh, if I had your ass, if you had my ass, you had my problem."
there you go. And that's real.
And you don't want these problems.
That's
Seriously,
real. That's
you
real.
don't.
So
First off, the back problem.
The back problems. Yeah.
I already got spinal issues, and so with this wagon I'm dragging, I'm like, my chiropractor was like,
Well,
well, one of the and he a big old white man, so you know, I think he feel kind of some way to have to tell me your ass is big, ma'am.
like, oh,
Well,
thanks.
part of the reason
And
your
I
back
wanna
is only because you
touch
got
it.
too much ass.
can I
man.
crack your ass?
Yeah, he was like,
Do
you
we
know
crack
what?
your
You
ass?
know
My
what?
best friend got a big old,
But I
big
love
old
a
booty,
glute,
and
a
she
good
said her
glute
back.
massage.
She said, I don't
That hurt.
understand why
Well,
they
The
want
same
I
thing
mean, my
having
titties-
big breasts
my
do
titties
to your
give me-
back can
my-
your ass do too.
I get all that. So back.
See, like I still want that
So,
ass.
right, because like I found a unicorn. Like my unicorn liked my flat ass.
If
He ain't
you
had no
had
problem with it. So very rarely do you find guys who want a girl who's shaped like a blueberry.
for sure. Goodbye. Take your headphones off. Turn my mic off. Hey, you're done. You're done. And scene.
A blueberry.
It's a thing. I'm shaped like a
A
round
blueberry. That's what
Change-
you're gonna
change
say.
her- Around
change her name to Blueberry. On
blueberry.
this thing.
The blue.
Done.
I'm talking about the blueberry girl from Willy Wonka. That's what, like I'm all round in the middle.
Oh my
That's a
god.
damn shame.
I mean,
sick.
So when you find somebody who like that, you know what I'm saying? Because
And
you
see,
got
that be
so
my-
many.
that's
It's
one of
so
my issues.
much
I get it. I get it.
competition.
That's
I
one of
get
my
it.
issues. Guys have approached me and tried to date me just to get close to the ass.
Yeah.
They don't want to know me. They don't.
don't.
I asked a nigga, what color is my eyes?
You don't
Girl,
know.
you so.
You don't know.
Black.
I know I'm funny, nigga.
That
I
is
asked you what
important
color
though.
my
Like
eyes
you're right.
was.
That's important.
What?
That
Somebody
to
like
find-
somebody who like all your insecurities that
Yeah.
you could say. Because I like to be naked, but I want to be naked around somebody who like the way I look
Yeah.
naked, and they make me feel
Yeah.
like my insecurities is obsolete.
Yeah.
It's so many things about me that people don't know. You know, I have sleep apnea, I snore, you know what I mean? Like to have somebody to be like, if you don't bring that motherfucking machine
Come
With
on.
you.
and
lay
just
your ass down.
lay your ass right here,
Okay.
like, you know,
Yeah.
smack me
That's-
in the face
that's so-
5 times with them braids, them
That's-
stinky ass braids, like, but bring your
That's
what?
so important.
It's important,
It's
So I
so
can
and you
watch
don't
them
get
tomorrow.
it.
Nope, you don't get it often.
Yeah.
You don't.
No.
And people don't understand, like, especially men. You know, the whole why me? Why me? Why not you?
Oh, I hate when they ask me that.
Why not you? I picked you. And that was something I had to share with someone I was with.
You need better than me.
Yeah.
Don't do
Like,
it.
I don't want better. I want you.
And that's
So
some real
why is
shit.
that
I
not
don't
enough?
want better. I want you.
Right.
If I want it better, I can get better, I'm sure. But is it better?
And you're better than what you
I
really
know what
think
you
you
really
are,
think you are.
compared
Right.
to what's out here.
Yes.
Like motherfuckers talk about cuffing season, but motherfuckers ain't really sitting out watching movies and laughing and cooking together. People ain't doing that for real.
They just wait till
When you
Christmas and
find
taking
it,
they,
it's
you know,
rare.
they
Right.
buck. They what's it? Checker buck. What is the red and black shit called? Buck shit. The red
Checker
and black
butt. You still
the
talking about butt?
Nah, I said buck. The
Oh.
red and black checkered shit that everybody take pictures with at Christmas. What's the plaid? The name of the plaid.
Oh.
Anyway.
Oh yeah, that.
Christmas plaid.
Christmas
Christmas
plaid.
plaid. It's a name for it, but anyway, I thought.
Like, I mean, but on some real shit, matching pajamas,
All
like
that,
all that
all
shit.
that, all
Like
that.
a motherfucker want to wear gym shoes like you. That shit, people talk that shit, but
Right,
they ain't
they
doing
really
it.
doing it.
They don't really want to do
They ain't
it.
dressing like Cedar Point.
No,
They ain't doing
they
it.
not.
They not doing
They
it.
are not.
I don't want to dress like Cedar Point ever again.
They not doing it.
I
I
don't
want
wanna
to.
do that.
You don't want to dress like your man.
I was in a relationship where I promise you.
Oh yeah.
Y'all dressed alike all the time.
I'm talking about, baby, if she had on this color, he had on that. How in the fuck did you
How
find
did you find that
two
color?
outfits that color? I'm talking about not a variation. That
Oh my god,
funny.
Was
funny.
Did you?
Now the funny thing is,
They was
is that
cute, though.
him and his wife dress alike
Same thing.
now. I don't know if it's as intense. Well, yes, it is, because I saw an outfit and I was like, God,
It's not
damn,
as
did y'all
intense
have
as
that
it's not.
made?
It's not as intense.
Did y'all have that made?
Because I'm talking about turquoise, lavender, terracotta,
Because I like colors.
primrose.
Now,
Well, how the fuck you
This
find two
motherfucker said
primrose?
Primrose.
How you find two primrose?
Buffalo
outfits?
plaid. That's
Right.
what I was. That's the name of it.
Him and her.
All right.
Did you Google that shit?
It's
You still
called
over-
buffalo plaid.
We know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I just
I
had
was
it.
today-
It was on my head. I was fucking
The
with me. I
the
had to
brownie
I was
guys.
today years old when I learned that.
The
Yeah,
brownie
it's called-
the brownie guys shirt from the
Bronny.
Paper
Oh
towel-
yeah,
brownie.
Bronny.
Mhm.
The
That's
Oh,
what-
that.
paper
yeah.
Paper towel.
I
I'm
just
sorry,
know it's
that-
the pajamas that all of the couples break up with after they.
after they put those
So
on.
I mean, so I
No,
want
me and my bae gonna wear some Grinch.
Looney Tunes.
I want to
apparently.
wear some
Looney Tunes.
or squirrel onesies.
I would do it.
I would do it. I'm here for it. So when you talk about the things that you say you want and need, like I need that.
Yeah.
I need those goofy ass moments
yes,
to make
I definitely
because I am not that girl.
Yeah.
Like guys go
Yeah.
for a girly girl all
I
the
want to
time,
play.
and I
I
need
want
it.
to play the fart game.
Yeah, all
Come
of
on,
that
dude.
fun, yeah, the fun shit.
I ain't gonna lie. I want
Fun
to play the
shit.
fart game.
The
Fun
fart
shit.
game. Wait
I
a
ain't-
minute.
I
What
just,
is that?
I just want to be able to fart.
what the fuck
I don't
is
want to
fart.
play a game
Freely.
about it.
Freely.
I just want to be around somebody to be like, people fart. Because
Yeah, you don't
I
wanna do
dated a
that.
guy who be like, I couldn't fart, let alone talk about farting.
No way.
And I would
he's
ask
not
him,
for
and I
me.
was like, "You look like you full of gas."
He's
though.
not for me. Yeah. Yeah.
You fat as fuck. You look like you full of fucking
'Cause
gas.
I want
and
to
you don't
talk
want to
about.
talk about it.
I want to talk about your poops. I want to talk about my poop.
Mm-hmm.
I want, like, what are we doing?
Right.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Did
here
you boo
for
boo
it.
today? Oh yeah, I boo boo today.
I'm here for it.
I wanna know about how was it?
I'm here for it.
I wanna know.
I ain't gonna
how was
lie. I will. You in there? I'm in here brushing my teeth. I ain't gonna lie. I'm
it?
in
Yeah.
here. I'm
That's
for
what,
it.
That's what it is.
You know what I'm saying? Now,
Yeah, babe, what did you eat? God
you
damn.
see what I'm saying? I
Right.
want to do all that. I want to do all that. You know what I'm saying?
All
And-
the fun
and-
shit. The
but
shit
you
you
know
want
what?
to do with your person.
But what a
the fun
guy,
shit.
what guys don't realize that be what girls want.
Yeah. That's
Like
the
girls,
glue.
the girls don't be wanting to be prissy all the time. Like I have to go in the bathroom and poop.
Some, right? It's like
No.
it's to each his own. Like I ain't gonna say that like majority of them don't, but there's some chicks that don't like that type of shit. I mean, I've met chicks that wasn't even affectionate. It's like, all right, I know this shit ain't gonna last.
Yeah, this
long.
ain't for me.
Yeah,
What type of
that's
chick
weird.
don't like to be held and
Touched
touched?
and-
Because
Yeah.
it's like, and it's like I feel like with shit like this, it's like every woman in my eyes is affectionate. They like affection. So you just saying that because you don't want that from me. Okay, exit stage left.
Right.
That's just like
Oh, now I'm glistening.
look.
It just showed up on the bitch.
Right. Didn't it just show up?
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
cooled
that's
down.
what it is. People just
Man on pause.
don't want that out of that
That's what
person.
that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. For real.
And sometimes they just don't like that. Not
But
everybody.
again, yeah, and then I'm saying it's each to each his own. That's why I was telling late.
Because
Like, so,
it surprises me when women or men say they don't like oral. How
That
in
part
the
too, yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
But there are some people who just
I'm
really
really,
don't.
I'm really not into that. Well, I'm really not into you then.
I had to.
Gotta go.
I've said that to women who I just didn't want to do it to. That was my flip side.
Wait a
That I was
minute.
going to say.
You
but-
wouldn't have said that though. You wouldn't have said that. You wouldn't have said that to her.
I said that I've said that to women
Because
that I
anybody
wouldn't
who
want to do
said that
it
to me, I've
woman.
changed their mind.
Hey, real quick though, I was on my live on TikTok. For those of you who are on TikTok, please follow me at the girl you let get away on TikTok. Listen, I was on my live and I said this because they were talking about being real and stuff like that and people being 100. And any of the women that are watching, let me know if I'm telling the truth. Any of the men, this is for you. When you at the club and you walk up to a woman and you've been watching her from across the club and she been dancing all night in that chair. She been tearing that chair up. And you walk over and you ask her to dance and she tell you no, I don't feel like it.
That's me.
You ugly.
That's not it.
You
Not for me.
You ugly.
Because I do it all the time.
99%.
I do it all the time.
99% of the you ugly.
I do it because
You not her type.
I don't
She
want
waiting
you
on the
touching
dude
me.
that's been standing over there talking to other females
No.
to walk over here your way.
Well, what is
Not
option
for me.
B, Kim B? What is option B? Kim A just gave us option A.
I mean, for me, I already know how I dance, and so I don't want you touching me, and I don't want that. So I'm gonna be like, no, thank you.
But if it was a guy that
Can I give you
if it was a
option
guy
C?
that you felt like you wouldn't mind being touched in that manner that asked you to dance,
It's not gonna happen. I don't want you touching me in that manner in public. I don't.
I think
So-
I think it's so cool that you guys are at places where men ask you to dance. Where's
damn,
Okay, well
come
then,
on,
now
Ray.
you need to just
Where's
Here we
this
come with the
special place?
violins.
come go
Well,
out
not
with me.
because it
because no,
it doesn't happen often.
I had told
It doesn't happen
someone
often.
we were just talking
we
about
don't require house music. Don't require a dance partner.
we were just
So-
talking about the house craze and everything with the music, how we're seeing certain really popular artists transition into house sounds. And I was like, the reason why they're transitioning, because for one, the gays are dancing still. So you got to go where the nightclub is. And I'm like, the house heads are still dancing.
Yep.
Definitely.
But any place else outside of the ballroom hustle,
Standing on
motherfuckers
the
ain't
wall,
dancing.
sitting down
And
on
men
their phones.
definitely aren't asking women to dance.
That's true.
So
That's true.
I'm serious. Like
That's true.
like on top of needing human touch, I need to dance. That's why I've been taking
I
all those
need to
Zumba
dance.
classes and stuff because I need to dance.
I do need to dance. So
Oh.
we're gonna that's one of the topics that I want to bring up probably on next week. Those opposites, those things that I like to do this, but you don't do this. But how do you get through those things in relationship? First of all, how did you get together with them?
You find a
with those
motherfucker that's
opposites?
what I say. That's part of it. Shit. How did you get
Yeah,
there?
how
What
did
was
you
it?
get
What was-
there?
What was the mutual connection in the first place? Just fucking? What
Yeah.
was-
Sometimes that's it. That's what happens. Like, and I realized
we ain't
that.
even talked about nothing else, and then
We
we
don't,
Yeah.
have
in this
to, we don't have
relationship.
to like
Right.
everything that our partner likes. There should be some things that he
No,
does
but I'm
that
talking
I
about
don't
those
do.
major things. I'm talking about the things that are like their passions or their hobbies or their
religion.
stuff like that, and then you end up
Oh,
with somebody who
you
don't
setting
believe
yourself up
or
for
don't
failure.
like
Exactly.
or whatever. So we'll talk about that on the next episode of the SheNanigans Show. I would really, really, really like to thank my panel for coming out, especially you. Like, listen, we
Especially
ain't no-
me.
especially
Oh.
you, because you going through a little thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could have stayed in the bed with your head under the covers or whatever. Let's find something else to do. Okay? And so I'm glad that
I
you
can't go
came.
back and get under the cover.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
It's bedtime.
Would have lifted the spirits. Now you can't go back to
Right.
be with no violins for the rest of the night. Be happy. Don't worry. Ain't that what the song said?
Let's
baby?
No, it say don't worry, be happy.
It take old technical ass.
I said that's what the
Late.
song said. I ain't say that was the exact lyrics.
But listen, y'all, follow us at 7 Mile Update on Sundays from 7 to 9. We are here for as much as we can be. If y'all donate a little more money, we can be here regularly.
Oh, yeah.
And
Okay.
you guys can also send us stars. If you see right there at the bottom, you can send us stars, and that will also contribute to our show. We would love that.
Awesome. Tap them stars, y'all. Until next time, it's been real. Be good to yourself,
Absolutely.
just in case nobody else does.
Be good to you.
Keep shenaniganizing.
Was that a hit? Are you trying
No,
to be funny?
nigga, why would you say?
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.